So, can you hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Cool.
Yeah, so how's it going? How's like ranked been? I know you mentioned that you've been working on edge guarding. You've been enjoying working with Smash DI. Yeah, so I just wanted to start by asking, so how's everything going? Are those things still going positively? Yeah, and just what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, Melee is such a fucking whirlwind of emotions. It's so weird. Um, I mean, to answer your question, I haven't really been able to play since I think like Tuesday or Wednesday. So I haven't done much since then. Ranked went pretty well actually. It was kind of weird in the initial grind up after our last session. I was actually feeling really good, like both mentally and I was just kind of shitting on people. It was weird. There was a lot of four stocks. Like there was a lot of really good matches where I just like kind of knew what I wanted to do. Was like really just thinking about ranges, which I'll get to that later. Really just kind of thinking about ranges and really just trying to like fucking hit people hard when I got an opening. Just
Hmm.
focusing on those two things and like trying to stay aggressive rather than creating extra space for no reason, and it
Yeah.
went really well. And then later, I think I got burnt out and started losing just because I like didn't have the mental fortitude to kind of stay in it at that point. And I realized maybe a little bit too late. Um, but at least I've kind of learned that once I hit that point, I need to chill out. And then later again, I played another session like a couple of days later, and I got pretty tilted, kind of for no reason, and ended up losing a bunch of elo from that. But I think aside from that, it's been going really well.
Yeah, so talk to me about the second day, because the first one is like pretty clearly just like we were tired, which fair. But the second day, so what was causing you to get tilted on that day?
Um, I thought about this earlier. I'm actually having a hard time remembering all the details of that day. Um,
Okay. Do you have any of the
I'm trying.
matches saved?
I don't, only because I tried to use Project Clippy, and I guess I had some setting enabled that deletes replays that don't have highlights. So I
Okay.
lost like all my replays. But
Oof.
yeah, basically, I think I was losing to a lot of people playing rushdown characters, but not wanting to rush down. If you kind of catch my drift,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of Falcon standing in the corner. I feel like that matchup is like unlosable at my level right now, which is I guess that's nice. It's weird because Falcon like kind of just destroys you for free, but like for some reason it just feels really hard for Falcon players to get openings on me right now, which I guess is good. Fox still the same problem of like, hey man, this guy wants to run away and laser, and it's really hard to deal with.
Okay. So that makes sense. I feel like getting a little bit of traction with dealing with Fox camping you. That's got to be something that we should be considering. Are there any other things that you can think of that would be worth investigating today, or do you think that this should be like a how do I beat camping fox?
Um, it's a good question. I think something else that's been kind of on my mind is just like getting, more technical, thinking a lot about Smash GI. I think actually the probably the biggest thing that I can benefit from right this second is just not getting tilted, essentially.
Okay. And do you think that like improving your execution and getting more technical would be a component of that? Because I imagine if you have more character control, you probably have more control over what's happening. That helps you
Yeah,
execute your plan.
for sure. I think I also got really unlucky in the last ranked session that I did. I played like three jigs in a row, and that's just such a fucking
Oof.
nauseating matchup. I hate Falco. Like I'll just say it out loud. I hate Falco. I think he's the lamest character in the game. I fucking hate Laser. There's something about Falco makes me so upset. I don't know what it is, but it's just Laser into fucking free combos, and it just gets under my skin, man.
Okay. So I think, yeah. So from what you're describing, I think that definitely upping our technical skill is absolutely something that we want to look at, because a lot of the things you're describing, like especially with Falco, are things that are absolutely beatable.
For sure.
So I guess to start,
Actually,
how?
really quick,
Uh-huh.
two other points I'll make. Actually, three, just in terms of matchups. I've actually been doing really well against Falco because I have been kind of playing the laser game. Like, I feel like Peach can kind of move back between the ground and the platforms, and power shields are actually like relatively. easy. One thing I would like to really work on is like dealing with lasers. I mean, just that there's like a whole bunch of counterplay, but even just like I've seen people take laser waveland back. Like that to me is really interesting, or even like just triangle jumps if you can't get like a good angle. I think there's some interesting stuff there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I've been absolutely decimating Sheik. I don't know why, but both on unranked and in ranked, I've been just making it miserable for Sheik.
Okay.
And Marth, actually, I've been fucking Marth up. I just been spamming turnips because like if I try to play them honestly, I just start losing really hard, and like I'll get hit for like an 85% combo, in the first stock, and be like, what the hell am I doing? Oh yeah, I need to turnip, and then I'll just turnip, and somehow I end up 3 or 4 stocking them every time.
Do you use turnips against Falco?
Not really, no.
Okay. That might be some. So, do you think that turnips might be something that could help versus Falco?
I think they could, yeah.
Because they let you
It,
compete with like his projectile, right? Because you can like throw them as you're moving up. They don't really interact with the laser because of the transcendent priority. So then it kind of like cuts off like the spot where he wants to laser in, right?
yeah, I haven't really thought about it. That's interesting.
Yeah. So we have to figure out how we get the turnip. Like we have to figure out where we have time for that, so we're not getting rushed down. Let me ask you: are the Falcos shooting like high lasers or low lasers? Do you know?
I don't think the Falcos I'm playing against are intentionally doing anything, and maybe that's like a mindset issue of not respecting my opponent. But honestly, it just seems like their whole game plan is to just press the B button and then down air as many times as possible. And I
Okay.
don't think that there's much thought going into where the lasers are. But I think naturally they're kind of coming out as like mid to low lasers, just because the person's trying to get as many out as possible.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So in that case, to pull a turnip safely on that, what we would need to do is we need to like double jump land onto a side platform probably. Like usually we'll be pulling from platforms in that case. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how capable are you of like double jump landing?
I've got a couple of stages down really well. Yoshi's Battlefield and Dreamland. FOD is fucky.
Yeah,
Um,
FOD is weird.
yeah,
You could also just waveland teeter, like waveland towards the edge of the platform. Let the teeter get rid of like most of the waveland frames, and then yeah, just pull the turnip there. That's also totally reasonable. So you've got like multiple ways of doing it. Which one do you think you'd be most comfortable with?
um, honestly, I think probably just learning everything is the right strat. Just I feel like learning the couple of things I did. I don't think that anything that we did last time was like super groundbreaking stuff, but at the same time, it was like 2 or 3 things, and just having those extra couple of things to think about during matches has been crazy. Like in particular the mix-ups on shield. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
the smash DI. Like I legit won a ranked set off of like I got grabbed by a fox, up thrown, up air, and it was like a guaranteed kill if I didn't smash DI, and I smash DI'd it, fast fell back air, like reverse weak back aired into Nair and killed him, and was like, holy shit, that smash DI literally just won me this match.
Okay. No, that's sick. There have definitely been sets I've won where it was just I refused to die, so that's awesome. Like, good on you. Here's what I'm thinking. So because we've used 10 minutes, here's what I'm thinking we'll do. I've provided my spectator code. Let's just take a look at you playing a set, because if we don't have the matches from last time where you got tilted, I want to do a diagnosis, I guess, of like what your gameplay looks like right now. And then once we have that, then we'll kind of decide what technical skills we want to like improve and work on.
Sounds good. Yeah, and I also I just entered the code, so you should be able to see.
Yep.
Do you want to? I guess I'll do ranked.
Yep. Ranked is
Um,
fine.
I have disabled that option in Clippy, so that shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Perfect. So how was your weekend?
Honestly, it was nice. I have work off today, so I got a 3-day weekend. Actually, it was kind of a surprise. I forgot that it was a holiday here in the U.S.
Hmm.
Had my family over yesterday and did like a little cookout and swam in the pool with the kids and stuff. It was fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, we had an anime convention here in Toronto over the weekend, so I went and saw my cousins with my husband. And we
That's
just,
awesome.
yeah, we just like hung out together a bit. Do we have a match?
I'm playing against a Mewtwo.
Okay.
Like
Are we
that's
striking or actually playing?
I'm striking.
Okay, cool.
I guess I'll get rid of I don't even know, Yoshi's. I mean,
Yeah, Yoshi's and Pokemon are usually the two.
just across the board,
It's his main way of killing you is up through.
and I guess fair.
Yeah, so low ceiling.
I've played this matchup actually quite a lot for whatever reason against like a buddy that likes to play weird characters and on unranked, and I feel like it's actually so bad for Mewtwo.
Let's use our... It is, but let's still use our good moves. Like, when we're next to him, let's make sure that we're using our down smash, too. Like, I know he outspaced us there, but he only was able to do that because we jabbed him twice first. If we're gonna double jab him, like, let's try to follow it up with, like, either more aerials, or, like, pull turnip, or go for grab. One of the three. Easy clap.
Yeah, my idea there was just pull turnips because this guy was kind of running away a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to advance into Peach's aggression with Mewtwo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that shouldn't be a reason, like, why we don't capitalize.
Whoa. Oh. What the fuck is happening?
You know their basics. Nice. Try throwing the turnips up to hit him when he goes to the top platform. With his teleport. Because you can cover that zone, because you have, like, you can throw it in, like, multiple directions.
Really? Okay.
I guess to do it eventually. Love it. So with you being at 0, what do you think he's looking for? If you're not sure.
Nair?
Nair? Yeah, Nair makes sense. Nair, maybe grab, down tilt, something like that. But I think Nair, you were right on Nair though. So now, think he's still looking for Nairs?
I honestly have no idea.
Just guess. What are Mewtwo's good moves?
Yeah, tilts probably. He probably wants to like down tilt me into a combo if he can, or
Yeah,
grab.
that makes sense.
I actually had the read on that. I just poorly timed my out of shield option.
Yeah, look, he just went for a bunch of... just went for a down tilt. He's probably going to go for another one in a second. He probably just needs to, like, set up, like, the approach, and that's why he's been nairing and shadow balling, because he just doesn't have a way in versus what you're doing. Nice. Grab edge?
Yeah, true. That's something I actually don't do nearly enough.
How do you normally grab edge? Do you wave dash, or...?
I think it depends on the situation. A lot of, like, float back.
Hmm. I think wave dash fast fall is, like, really, really good with her.
Holy shit, that actually almost killed.
So at this percent, what's he looking for? Probably grab. So he just played a beat grab. Because grab is what kills. Nicely done.
That is rough for him.
It is, but again, the point of this is to assess technique, and it's also to get us to practice playing around our opponents' like desired moves, because that's going to be very important with dealing with campers. Because remember, like at the end of the day, they're like exercising a neutral game advantage, which means we need to do a read at some point generally. So being able to anticipate what they want is a good way to start on that.
That makes sense.
Yep. So we are building a habit. We are building the habit of being able to like think about what the opponent wants. This guy's playing a little weird, but probably, I don't know. He's just doing weird. Like dash attack is weird.
That was almost bad. Could be tech flubs as well.
Yeah. I think that we're at 100. So, what are we playing around?
Grab.
Yep.
There it was right there. The thing goes far.
Don't be afraid to just like float back here the shadow balls. They can't do anything to them to float back here.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh wow, sweet spot up tilt that killed. That's crazy. Nice, good shark. You like lured him there, that was good. Use float back air more. Like low float back, like mid and low float back air more when he's like just kind of like doing his thing. Yeah, because I think if you... I'm thinking we can just, like, back air over his down tilt, and that should shut down, like, a lot of his game plan.
Oh, fuck. I was supposed to be in the air, came out as a fair. I would have killed him, pretty sure.
Probably, but that's okay. We're fine.
Yeah, he wanted that.
Yeah, we kind of chased him around a little bit. Remember, we're not really able to chase. What we want to do is we want to get into a position where we're between the middle of the stage and the opponent. So, like, and where the opponent is on the edge. So, like, where the line is on Pokemon Stadium, like the line on the bottom of the floor, that's often, like, the spot we want to be in if the opponent's, like, in the corner. Because we can cover the side platform, we can cover where they, like, an attack where they are. Like, we have, like, access to all the important points. And Peach isn't fast, so she has to kind of, like, do that with her positioning.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It's okay. What's up?
I just feel like I have to chase this motherfucker around.
So here's what we're gonna do. You are having to chase him around, but we don't have to. We're not gonna. The problem is that you're going way too hard in a direction when you don't have to. So what I mean by that is This guy is, like, committing to, like, movements that you can cover with your current position, but, like, you're just biting too early, basically. Like, you're still chasing him. Exactly, like that. That's good because you're able to cover big swaths of ground because you just don't overextend, like, by chasing him into a spot you can't get him anyway. Like, you need to kind of, like, bait him a little bit by moving a little bit towards him and then, like, seeing how he reacts.
Fuck.
It's okay.
Tempted to just play a real character for a round.
Just play Peach. What's his ban?
I guess Dreamland.
No, what did he ban?
He banned Dreamland.
So where are we going?
I don't know. Honestly, I just want to kill him faster. Maybe Yoshi's actually.
I go Fountain of Dreams.
Hey, he banned that last time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Yoshi's is probably fine.
I just want to get some down smashes. But, like, he's retreating every time I get near him.
Right, so we have to, like, we have to bait him. We have to, like, get close, but then, like, not, like, overextend. So, try to put him in, like, the edge of your dash attack zone, and then wait. And then, like, just see what he does. Like, put him into, like, a threat zone, and then see what he does about it. And we're gonna just, like, we're not gonna, like, read as much as we are, because right now we're doing a lot of reads. Like, we're basically attacking him where he is, but we need to, like, we need to, like, kind of, like, bait and punish him. Okay.
That's exactly what I wanted.
And now he's under pressure. He has to catch up, so what is he going to be looking for?
Hopefully some more runaway projectile spam.
Okay. And how do we beat that? Nice.
Oh, that was supposed to be a back air like twice, and I just scuffed it.
I thought honestly, I thought the drop shield down smash made a lot of sense. So even if it was a little scuffed, like, yeah. Nice. See, you like you went to where he was going to teleport.
Yeah, I think in a lot of those situations I just need to like this happens against Falcos as well, maybe, where I just need to take center stage and be patient and like just let them fucking hit the walls, you know what I mean? Like rather than trying to hunt them down, just like take center and be like, yo, you're Mewtwo on Peach, like you're gonna have to approach at some point.
Yeah. Or and even if they don't, then then you can you're gonna need some kind of small read once you're in that position to catch your opponent. They have better mobility than you. It's just how it works. But if you get into a position where all the important things are within reach, then yeah, you can actually win that exchange. The big thing is just making sure you're not going so far forward that you can't actually hit your opponent.
We tried to get a match against a different character.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of which, I wanted to actually talk at some point about just the whole idea of having a secondary and whether or not you think it's good or beneficial.
I think it's entirely a personal decision. What character are you thinking? Or are you thinking of a character? Is this just a hypothetical thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking it would be really nice. Oh God, Peach Dittos. My actual least favorite matchup in the game.
Why don't
they
you
banned
like this
Dreamland. I don't know. I think that the Ditto in general just is something that I'm not a big fan of. Doesn't really matter which character, but this one in particular.
Okay.
I guess I'm gonna ban FOD and Pokemon. Alright, I basically have no game plan in this matchup. Basically just treat her like a sheik.
Okay. So I would say that one thing is turnips are really good. Back air is really good. Back air is good because it kind of does the job of it kind of does the job of being a fast aerial like Nair, but it also has a decent disjoint on it like your Fair does. So back air really good. I would be back airing here. Turning your back and back airing. Because, yeah, it's so good at, contesting her moves. And the hitbox is also, yeah. See what I mean? Don't be afraid to do it. Just swing. There we go. Another dynamic of this matchup is that it's easier, once the Peach is, once a Peach gets to, their float height, they're kind of stuck there. They can't really go higher without, using platforms or something. So, it's easier to move down in this matchup than it is to move up. So you can use that to your advantage. Yeah, exactly. You can kind of wait and go second. Forward throw dash attack.
I have a read on them wanting to come in with the roll from ledge.
Nice.
They're doing it a lot by default.
Nice. Good observation.
Here on the back air. Oh, yep.
So that is just remember to press up when you see that happening. That's how you get out. Just up. It's like Smash the Eye. One hit, do thing.
Yeah.
Take a breath, walk it off, it's all good. We need to, this will not be easier if we're upset.
Roll.
Close enough.
One thing I like about covering that with a float Nair is that you can react. Yep.
Intimidation. It'll sound silly, but after dash attack, because the follow-ups are often kind of inconsistent.
I win! Sorry, I had a read on how he wanted to down smash, and I was just waiting for the opportunity to do it slightly faster without being unsafe. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no. Your play was good. All I was gonna say is, after dash attack in matchups where follow-ups aren't always guaranteed, sometimes I just like to full hop Fair, just because it covers a big area.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you just do it, and if a true combo's cool, if it doesn't, also fine.
Roll. Yep. Like when they feel pressured, they're always just rolling in. But they never do it twice in a row after I've called it out recently.
Throw the
Right,
turnip.
see?
Throw the turnip down. Like when she goes low like that, just throw the turnip down at her. You can gimp her.
Their game plan is aerial down smash. So much so that they're down smashing in places that don't make any sense.
Yeah, but we still want to like do good decisions on our end.
For sure. I'm not disparaging. I'm just like observing for the purpose of trying to record like what I do know about their play.
I wouldn't worry. Honestly, I think that like I wouldn't worry too much about that because like you don't want to like.
Oh, they wanted to down smash there.
You don't want to dedicate too much conscious thinking to like these processes because, again, you know how to beat these things, and if you're just watching the game and being present, you'll counter them naturally. Yeah. I wouldn't dedicate so much conscious focus to it just because like you're clearly like, just observe and move on basically because you know what's going on.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I was trying to beat their Nair out because I know that they wanted to. This is good. Oh, this is really good. You can roll.
Oh, you gotta nair him like repeatedly though. Like when her head poked up above the level, you could just react and nair that, right? So this is what I mean. Like I think we're using too much of our conscious thinking. Let's try to like ease up on that just a little bit.
Okay.
Like we can still make observations, but we're just gonna limit them to just like we observe, we move on. Something simple.
That was supposed to be in the air. Hopefully you saw what I was trying to go for there.
I think you were going for some down tilt or something.
No, I was trying to get like the bear and then catch the tech with a nair.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
nice,
that was.
Nice spacing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice edge cancel. That was obviously planned.
It actually was, but I just scuffed the tech afterwards.
What do you want to do?
I wanted to land with a nair and then just immediately down smash.
Okay. It's a good idea.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty fun. That's an interesting matchup.
It's like you've got a really it's got a really weird back and forth. So weirdly enough, one thing I think that you should be doing more of is figuring out when you're supposed to throw turnips up and down.
Oh yeah. You know what? Honestly, that's like an artifact of switching to box. By which I mean like, you know, when you switch a major control scheme, it happens a lot in music too. Like when you switch instruments or something, like you'll miss some things that you had before in your play. Like when I switched to box, I think my strengths on controller were actually like DI, and just a lot of like weird things that I immediately lost when switching to box because like the directional input system is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of that to say, totally, that's something I need to work on. I think it's something I lost when I switched to box, was like throwing projectiles up and down, just because the inputs are a little bit strange, I feel.
Well, yeah, and I think that like that's throwing the turnip up and catching Falco like as he goes high is sometimes like part of how we like stop him from laser camping us. So yeah, like using the turnips like in every direction that we have for them because they're basically our zoning tool. They help us keep up with his projectile. If we're not having access to that, then that's going to be a big deal. And I'm also noticing that like yeah, we're missing out on a lot of edge guards because we're not throwing them down when the opponent's going low. So
Yeah.
that would be throwing turnip down / up. Like, when do we do it? When do we do it? And then the other
I feel like up especially because I think it's, in certain matchups, especially Marth, I have been kind of spamming turnip throw down quite a bit. I think maybe versus Falcon as well. So that is there. Definitely should be working on it, but I think up is like something I maybe never do actually.
Yeah. It's a little more, it's definitely more niche than down. Like, down, forward, and back are definitely the three, like, strongest ones. But, again, we want to make sure we're using our moves to the fullest. The other thing I'm noticing is FC aerial into down smash and grab. We want to, when we hit shield, we want to make sure we're representing those threats because we're still very, 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 very jab heavy. So, show me that you can do FC aerial down smash and grab at appropriate times in this next set, because that's a very important one.
Okay, yeah. We talked about this last time as well, and I feel like, and I don't know why. I agree with you. It's something I observed. I think after we talked last time, and just thinking about things as I played, definitely a lot of jabs, which is so strange because I feel like I just came from a sort of phase of my playing where I was like never jabbing. Does that make sense? Like I went somehow from never jabbing to like constantly jabbing.
That's okay. And again, like, jabs are okay. Like, it is okay if you do them, but those are also kind of like her two strongest options, right? So we want to make sure we're doing them, especially against like someone like Fox.
Hell yeah, Fox.
Yeah, the right idea. Had we gotten that would have framed sooner, we would have gotten him.
Unfortunately, the connection is just a little bit fucking raggedy.
That sucks.
Yeah, it is what it is. Good jabs.
Mm-hmm. So with us being at 110, what do you think he's looking for?
Up smash or up throw, up air. Not SD, that's for sure.
So let's play around his tools with that in mind.
Well, I had the right idea.
Yeah.
I'm basically just trying to cheese him knowing that he's going for that up smash.
It's not cheesing. We are just playing around the opponent's, like, threats. We are playing around the opponent's most relevant threat. There's nothing cheesy about this. It would be cheesy if we were like, we're just gonna like look for a shield grab, but it's like, we're not doing that. We're just like, yeah, we're just like not letting him have his like precious kill move.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Right there. I'm actually so proud of that interaction, even though it probably looks stupid.
What? What do you mean?
I have a really hard time wave dashing out of shield under pressure, and I've just been trying to go for it a lot more.
That's great.
And just really proud that I got it.
No, it's awesome. Like, to me, it looked like you were doing like a shields wave dash attack footsie thing. So yeah, no, it definitely came through. Definitely was like, it appeared as advertised. That's good.
Yeah.
No grab. Want to just do the aerials? I guess with the wonky connection, it's probably like better to get the hard hit, probably.
I wasn't thinking about the shield pressure either, honestly. I don't even... My melee brain is like 3 seconds long, so I don't even remember what happened at this point.
Oh, I just meant you dash attack. You could have dash attack grabbed him, and you dash attack to up aired him.
Oh, dash attack to grab. Interesting. Yeah, grab is definitely missing from my punish chart, I guess.
Yeah, we need to make sure we have grab. Okay, so we're at 0. He's at, like... We're at 0? What is he looking for?
Wave shine.
Right, so how does he get the wave shine?
Drill.
Like, Yeah, exactly. So what are we playing around?
Real.
Right.
Oh, that was actually almost insane, but I fucked it up.
Let's nair him off stage more when we can't combo him. Like, when the up air doesn't lead to another hit, let's just hit him off stage with, like, nair or fair or something. Need to strong hit. Need to delay it a little, just a smidgen. Right idea, though. Oh, I would have upbeat him so fast. I would have tried to hit him into the wall.
Yeah. I wanted the dash back, but it came out as a walk.
Ah. Well, we've got plenty of time.
I smashed it on purpose.
And doesn't that feel good? To, like, get hit by Fox and not die.
It really does.
Okay, so recovery is something we'll probably have to look at. Maybe it'll... So again, what is he looking for?
Blue hexagon.
So something I noticed is that, like, you have the opportunity... You go into your float, and then you, like, immediately up your jump a lot. Try to, like, use your float more. So, like, just hold the float. You don't have to decide what you're doing right away. Because he held the edge, right? So if we stay in float, we can, like, wait for his invincibility to run out and try to attack him when he refreshes, or take the ledge then, right? But if we just up B right away while he's still invincible, then we can't do any of that. So what's he looking for now?
Up smash. I'm actually not even sure if it'll kill at this percent.
It will.
It will, yeah.
Up smash kills at like 80. Okay.
Ugh.
These things happen. So, what do you think we do? What do you think we want in this stage?
Honestly, I just want to be able to get to him faster. Ideally, I would do something like Battlefield or Yoshi's, even though it probably is counterintuitive, but...
Fountain of Dreams, I think, is what I would go here. Because it basically is all those things, but, like, it also has the ceiling. Nice. Didn't get damaged. And just fall to the edge. You don't have to, like, you don't have to umbrella. The umbrella makes you more vulnerable. Nice. You actually used your float there. That's good. Because, yeah, like, you want to make sure you're using your resources effectively. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, dude, the connection is wonky.
I know. Like, this is a wacky game, it's a wacky set, but let's still do our best. See, that's why we picked this stage. Nice. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, like I'm saying, like I'm teleporting around a little bit.
But you know what? Some sets are just like this. This is not like a reflection of our skill. If we could not like win when it was teleporting, like this is extenuating circumstances. I think we can both agree on that. We're still gonna try to win, but yeah, it's just if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Nice.
I'm so happy about that. Fuck you, Fox. This is why you deserved to get edge guarded, you fuck.
Okay.
Cool. Thank God I won that, dude.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
I actually got an insane amount of rating from that too, so that person must be highly ranked, which is really curious to me.
why is that curious?
I just don't feel like they were very tight at all. Like, it just legitimately felt like I was getting lagged out. But maybe it felt like that to them too, so who knows.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably just the give and take of this. I think that. So let's talk about tech skill for a bit. So there's a few other things that I'm noticing. I would say that. So first of all, good stuff implementing the stuff we talked about, like at least the FC aerial into down smash. That's good. Still need to get
the smash DI makes me so hype. I get like a tingle in the back of my head every time I get out of Fox Up Air.
It's really good. It's really good. No, like it's one of the like. I know that, and I'm not saying this to like be like, oh, the box doesn't work or anything like that, but like it is one of the advantages of the box that like it does have like the inputs. Like the boxes are generally considered better at doing that. I think there's certain things controllers do better, like ambiguous DI and such, but like, yeah, this is one of the advantages. So like, absolutely, and I'm really glad you're enjoying exploring this. What I want to talk about is tech chasing, because I'm noticing that we're kind of like weirdly timed on a lot of these. Especially, like, a lot of our dash attacks are becoming, like, soft hits. You know what I mean? Like, we're not getting the launch pop-up. So I wanted to ask you, do you know how tech chasing works?
Just in general?
Yeah, like, do you know mechanically, like, what the hit window is?
Yeah, so I know that, for example, like, a lot of the get-up options have some intangibility. So, for example, like, I think roll has some intangibility, but there's, like, a 5-frame window or a 6-frame window at the end of the roll where you're guaranteed an opening.
So that would be tech stand. So tech stand is like the fastest. It completes in 26. So the thing about techs is that all three of them, like tech roll forward, back, and tech stand, they're all invincible for the first 20 frames. So it's always the same amount of time that they're invincible. What varies is that the rolls complete in 40, so they have like another 20 frames of vulnerability, whereas the tech stand only has 6. So I'm asking that because I want to kind of confirm, how do you, like, when you're doing your dash attack tech chases, like, are you aware that there's like that these are like all a standard timing, that there's a standard timing that hits all these options, or is it like you're just kind of winging it?
No, I think I'm aware of it. I've done some practice trying to do like reaction tech chasing, so it's definitely something that I think have in my hands. At least just catching the tech rolls, especially, and the tech in place.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And admittedly, Peach is like a more challenging character to tech chase with. So fair enough, because she is slow.
I feel like in matches, I at least just trying to think about it, because I'm not 100% sure, but I think in matches I tend to just kind of cover with a nair, depending on percent, because it just feels like really guaranteed and easy to do, versus like trying to go for a grab and maybe missing the window and getting, wave shined for 85% into an up smash or something.
True, but here's the thing. So when you go for the nair on the tech and play, like when you go for the nair, you're only really able to cover like 2 options. You're able to cover the no tech and the tech in place. So what I would suggest is maybe instead of grab, we could do dash dance dash attack. Because, like, what you basically do is, it's like, I don't know if you've seen Armada play or, like, Laud play, but, like, what they do a lot of the time is they kind of dash dance, in kind of this, like, they do this dash dance, like, slightly outside of, like, very close to where the opponent lands. And then if they, like, roll towards them, then they dash attack that. If they roll toward away from them, then they keep running after it. If they tech in place or no tech, then they dash attack it. Yeah. I think that a setup like that could make a lot of sense for you. Because I think that, like, while the float aerial is good, it's also limiting your coverage a lot. Would you like to try the dash dance dash attack tech chase, at least, like, in a game or something?
Yeah, so you're saying basically get a knockdown and then dash dance, waiting to see what tech option they choose, and then reacting by dash attacking.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say that, like, I throw a fox up in front of me, and then I'm dash dancing. I feel like that makes a lot of sense, because if they roll left, I can dash tech to the left. If they tech in place or miss tech, I can react and dash tech to the right. What do I do about roll to the right? Am I kind of like giving that up in that scenario?
Kinda. You can vary the dash dance. Like, you can vary the dash dance and try to, like, dash dance over them. That is what some players do to try to, like, have it all. So, it just, like, again, it's a movement strategy. So, how you decide to distribute the coverage is kind of up to you. But, yeah, like, sometimes you will give it up. It makes it really good in the corner, though. That would be the spot where I would say it shines. So any spot where, like, the opponent's tech roll away is being eaten by, like, you know, the end of a surface. Yeah, that in those situations I would feel this is especially strong because you don't have to actually worry about that.
You want me to queue up or unranked or what? Okay.
No, let's queue up. I'm sure we'll find some. Like, this is kind of a standard Peach, like, punish route against, like, basically everyone. Anyone who, like, enters knockdown. So.
No, I haven't matched yet, but I just have a feeling.
Okay.
Man, that matchup is so weird. Like, I know that the mythos says that it's bad for Peach, but I actually really like it, and yet I always lose.
Well, so I think there's, like, a very specific method to that matchup. Like, what do you usually do in that matchup? Like, pull turnips?
I'm basically, pull turnips. I try and preempt them with, fair or bear where it makes sense, or nair. Like, it's basically just about reading, like, when they're going to attack and when they're going to be a little bit, like, loose with their drift in a way that allows me to kind of get an opening, and then just a lot of power shields.
Gotcha. So one thing I'd add to that, when you're looking for kills, what are you usually doing?
Real quick, Ganondorf matched up. I guess I get rid of Yoshi's.
Yeah, Yoshi's is what I'd get rid of. And then see what does he get rid of?
We are going to Battlefield.
Sounds good.
Oh.
Ganon is also a character of down smashing.
I've had like 9 reads now that I have not capitalized on properly, so I gotta fix that.
I think you think too much when you play, to be honest. I would just focus on just, like,
playing the game.
You can observe, but we're just gonna kind of relax a little bit.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
So the only thought I want you to have is observations and, like, okay, at this percent, what does it make sense for him to be looking for?
Yeah. I was expecting a up air.
Gotcha. So he's more of a fair kind of guy.
Not a Ganon player.
Nice. So that would be a good time for it. Like, you see how you knocked him over with your nair?
Yeah.
Nice. Good turnip throw down.
Oh, wow.
Just forward throw.
Yeah.
I notice you never forward throw.
I actually feel like I forward throw all the time.
I haven't seen you forward throw once.
I feel like it's just because I'm not getting a lot of grabs.
You've gotten like 3 grab combos, a down throw, and like I think you got another one. So you've had 4 and you haven't forward thrown once. Like
Fuck.
overshoot wizard foot. There we go. Get rid of him.
That was a shield drop in there.
It's okay. Don't worry about what it was supposed to be. The situation has already moved on. Nice.
I really got to clean those up.
So I think the thing is that you're not reacting. You're like doing the nair early, but you want to wait for him to like get close and then nair. Remember, it comes out on frame 3, so you can kind of just have your hand like stick out and hit him. It's okay.
Grab.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Fuck me.
It's okay. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but we gotta be using our down smash more. Like, he's right next to it. He's standing or shielding right next to us on some of these. Like, what move do we have that's better than that, you know? Because if he's gonna like make the mistake of standing next to Peach when he's on a platform or something, why wouldn't we like punish him for that, right? For Ganon specifically on the Nair, you want to kind of aim for his head. There you go. Have you ever looked up where the hitboxes are on moves and stuff?
Way back. I've actually been meaning to do it again recently.
Okay.
But just haven't gotten into it.
I
play a lot of Uncle Punch and just like turn on the hitboxes.
Okay. I will link you the frame data repository that someone from Ontario
or whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, that's like ID data is good for like testing knockback, like the knockback calculator. But this is just like high quality images of like the moves and stuff.
That edge cancel was sick.
Pull turnip. Or don't. Never mind, just kill him. What do I know? So this is
that was a down smash.
Yeah, because like and the thing is, the jab let him do that because the jab like is fast, but it is not positive on shield. I do like that you're going for the grab. We just need to, we need to be more direct about it. So aerial grab.
No, there's definitely some fucking autopilot going on. Like right there, like why jab at all?
Yeah, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. I personally would probably get rid of Dreamland.
Yeah, I really don't want this guy running away all day.
It's not even that, it's just that like you seem to be like much stronger in scraps than you are anywhere else.
Right, Bizarro Flame.
So see how you're like knocking him over with your dash attack, and then like you're kind of going for aerial in place, but you're not really getting him because he goes somewhere else? This is where like the dash attack you did. So it would be dash attack, and then we like confirm his trajectory, and then like dash dance, and then we would just react and dash attack.
Yeah. I feel like that's the cheese of Ganon is like they just want you to approach poorly, and you have to not do it.
I think he's just got powerful moves. Like, whether you run away from him, whether you approach him, it's just like, there's you can hang yourself against powerful moves.
Yeah, like that.
So the thing is, if he's, like, jumping around, though, if he's jumping around, those are free turnip pulls. Because, like, he can't hit you, like, if you're not in range. Yeah. So then, yeah, you just pull the turnip, have it when he lands.
What?
Nice. Okay.
I knew he was coming down with an aerial, so I tried to intercept it with a fair.
Ah. So the thing about
That
Ganon...
was guaranteed death.
The thing about Ganon is that, like, yeah, if you're in the way of his attacks, it's off... Like, it is good to intercept if your moves are, like, faster than his, but, like... We don't usually want to have to put ourselves in that position, because, like, why give him something for us to interact with? Like, why give him something to interact with, right? Especially when you have other things you can do that he can't really do anything about. Nice. Like, that nair is great. The way you're doing that nair is great, but yeah, like, if we're looking for, like, heavier hits, then... And it's just not really the priority of the matchup.
Surprised he didn't shield grab there. It's been like 90% of his game plan so far. I almost had that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another example of, like, they just want to wait for you to approach poorly.
I mean, he's looking for, like, he's looking for center stage, and he is threatening his stomp. Like, what he's doing is very... I don't know if he's, like, only looking for us to approach poorly, but it's like... Yeah, it's hard to beat Peach on, like, a 70 damage deficit here.
Yeah,
Nice.
I knew he was going to go for some sort of Hail Mary there, so I just wanted to get the nair out.
Mm-hmm. So you want a lot of games today. So
I think I won them all.
I think you actually did win every set.
Yeah, I did.
Good shit. So let's talk for a minute, because I do think that like grabbing the edge with wave dash is something that absolutely like would benefit you a lot.
Okay.
Because like like it's the other kind of half of the like edge guarding low recoveries, because that's like being able to wave dash and fast fall and grab the edge versus the Peach player in particular would have given you a lot of like, yeah, right. So like that.
Yeah, no, I see it immediately. Like that Ganon set, like there were so many times where I did some weird edge guard shit where I could have just grabbed the ledge.
Yeah, so let's make that a point of focus, I think.
Yeah.
I think the dash attack, the dash dance, dash attack, tech chase. I think that is something as well that we need to consider, because yeah, I just don't think you're getting much return on investment from the float aerial. I think when they are not aware of that's what's going on, or if they're like if there's chaos on the screen, then it works. But I think that we need something a little bit more consistent. And then the last thing I would say is, yeah, like the positioning that we were finding versus the Mewtwo player, where it's just take a position where you can cover the different movement paths for a camping player, and play a little bit more baity in that spot. And yeah, because I think that those are really like the big things that we need to like see, that we need to like really kind of see, because one of them's going to give you consistency when you get hits. Well, two of them are going to do that. So two of them are going to make you more, are going to make you kill more effectively. The last one is more about how you get the hits. And I think with the other things we've talked about, like throwing turnip up down, where appropriate, and then just better, like more using our stronger up close tools like down smash and grab. I think that will do a lot for you. The one thing I'm curious about is you up throw a lot. What's up with the up throws?
I don't know. I guess it's just something I do a lot. It doesn't feel like she's got a ton of options in terms of throws. Like once she gets the grab, I guess it depends on the character, right? So maybe it just comes from like when I get a grab on a sneaky little fox, like I always want to get the up throw going on him. So maybe it just comes from that.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
No, that's fine. It's more that like, so what I would say here is their up throw is really good on some weight classes, like up throw versus Sheik, Ganon, Donkey Kong, versus those three in the fast fallers, it can work. So like perfectly fine there. It stops working kind of early on like the non-fast fallers though. I would say around like 40 is probably the cutoff of when it's good. At that point, you could still probably do it just because her positional advantage and ability to shark them is pretty good. But after that, it's generally like forward throw is kind of the way to... Forward throw or back throw, because one does more damage and the other one has more knockback. That's usually the way to do it. So I think that like understanding what your throw... I would say that like broadly understanding what your throws... Like what your throws are for. And I think as a default on that, like F throw at high percents should just kind of be like a standard one. Down throw versus floaties can work, but it's a little percent sensitive. Do you know any of those, or is this something that you might have to like tinker with?
Down throw, I have some gimmicky stuff against like Marth and Sheik for getting up smashes, especially like there's some interesting stuff you can do with down throw to like kind of mix their DI up. A lot of it happens more intuitively than anything that I've like labbed out, but there's definitely some opportunities for like down throw up smash.
Yeah, so that's if they DI in, but usually, especially as you get higher on the ladder, you're going to find people hold out. So a lot of times, like, the follow-up you get after down throw is down throw into weak hit dash attack. But that can also still be pretty good for, like, even though it's not as good as, like, you know, down throw up smash, down throw FC aerial, down throw weak hit dash attack around, like, 40 plus on Marth is actually a pretty good way of, like, putting him off the stage in the corner. It's also
I think there's some stuff with platforms as well, right? It's like you can get them to DI onto a platform, which sets up for a platform tech chase. If you can get it.
Yeah, like on Fountain of Dreams, Yoshi Story Pokemon. Yeah, absolutely, that can happen. So I would say that I think that as I guess this would be kind of like a bigger thing, but as a larger item, I would say that like spend some time tinkering with your throws against different characters. Throws in Uncle Punch, just to get a sense of like what they do and what they're good for. Because I think that refining your throw usage is really like, I think that's a really big opportunity and might explain part of why we're not grabbing all that much. Because if we're like kind of up throwing into nothing, then like that would probably not be something that you'd be incentivized to do, that your hands would be incentivized to do. But if we can like forward throw and get an edge guard, then I think that they might be a little bit more encouraged to do that. So kind of trying to approach that problem from this angle too, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. Did you have any? Oh! I just realized what time it is. Never mind.
No. Ask your question. It's cool. This is why I charge the big bucks, like, so I don't have to count the minutes. What's up?
I was just gonna see what you did think about having a secondary. I know there's something really enjoyable about the way I've been approaching the game lately, which is I think fueled by our first session, which is like looking at everything as like a chance to mine information about different micro situations. Like, oh, in this, like I've been looking for opportunities to tech chase with turnips and stuff. I guess I'm really trying to just say that I think it could be fun to have a second character, and also maybe somebody that I could use against Fox and Jigs and maybe anybody that's like giving me a lot of trouble, like on a particular day.
I would say that, so my rule of thumb is don't pick up a secondary for Fox. Whatever your main is should generally be unless you're using it like exclusively on FD or something. Like there's a particular stage that your character just sucks against him on. I think that in general it's a bad sign if you're counterpicking Fox specifically, just because his metagame moves really fast relative to the other characters just because there's so many of them. And on top of that, like, he's also the most common tournament character. So if you're picking up like a backup character to fight Fox, that character almost invariably becomes your main.
Right.
I think that for Jigglypuff and things like that, it makes a lot more sense because they're a bit more of a niche character. But I would just kind of strongly caution picking up a secondary for the most common character, if that makes sense.
No, for sure.
At the end of the day, though, like that's just my opinion in terms of if that's just my opinion from the perspective of somebody who understands that you're trying to get better quickly. Maybe we haven't really set a goal per se, but you are interested in improvement, and I feel like picking up a secondary for Fox will will interfere with that, because also, like, when you're queuing, right? Like, what are you gonna queue your secondary first mainly?
I agree. It is awkward, right? Like you queue Peach into Puff, and then it's like, well, fuck, like that's a guaranteed one loss. But yeah, no, I agree. I think in that case, it would end up being like the Marth would become my main or whatever, just whatever I'm playing to stave off the Jigs.
At the end, all the same though, like one of my favorite learners to work with is Med. Like one of my first learners and one of my like most successful and favorite ones to talk to is Meds, and he's a dual main. So I think that it obviously can be done. At the end of the day, whatever gets you excited and motivated to play is going to be the thing that's is going to be the move that's right for you. So if it's something you want to explore, then I encourage it. I would just caution, it's just the Fox thing is the only thing I'd comment on. But aside from that, yeah, like if you want a second character, go for it.
Makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking I might, I don't really have a specific goal, but I was thinking I might try and start entering some online tournaments when I get decent.
I think you are way better than you think you are. I'll put it that way.
Well, I'm glad you think that. But when I feel confident, I guess.
So I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You will never be ready. That's just the reality of it. And I get the impression that you are something of a perfectionist with how much you keep track of things and how much you kind of like your self-talk is very directed about like kind of it's very critical. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean just like you are constantly evaluating. But I think that the constant evaluation has a drawback because it's very easy for us to like psych ourselves out, and it's also easy for us to snap ourselves out of flow state or just like the good time we're having because we're not hitting everything flawlessly. But the reality is we never will. We're like, even if the controller, the game, the monitor, the station is perfect, humans aren't. And we just have to kind of make peace with that. I think if you're up for it, I think a really good challenge for you would be to try to like quiet your mind and not fixate on any of the habits, any of like the things that are going, like, just play.
Bro, you're like describing my whole ass life, and I don't know that that's possible because I tried doing that in other places. The only place I'm successful at that is music, which is probably why I'm so, deeply invested in music, just because it's the only time my brain shuts the fuck up. But yes, I will keep it in mind.
Well, so what I'd say then is, when you notice, so you're fair because we can't stop the feelings from coming up, and like the internal critic, when he rears his head, he will, like, he comes up whether we want him to or not, whether he's invited or not. So here's going to be my suggestion. If you notice that you're starting to criticize, or you notice that he's present, I want you to take a deep breath, acknowledge that he's there. And then I want you to just tap into some of the feels that you have when you're playing music.
Yeah, I have some strats for meditation. I will try.
Yeah, try to draw upon that. And remember, the key is to acknowledge that he's there. Because if you don't acknowledge that he's there, all he's going to do is he's just going to hide. And then wait for things to blow over. Or he'll get really loud. One of the two. It doesn't work. We have to be willing to confront them head on and embrace them. Like, otherwise we can't take control of them because we haven't claimed them. And they're part of us, so we shouldn't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. This is a lot of very, like, non-melee advice today, but...
Oh, no, I appreciate it. I think this is the kind of shit that makes the most impact.
Absolutely. Ty, I will let you go, but I'm not, you know what? Because I don't want to turn the critic on, we're not going to set an ELO goal for this week. But next week, maybe we'll set something a little more ambitious, potentially. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. Take care, and we'll talk soon.
Cool. See ya. Bye.